This looks horrible. Duke Nukem and I have a very odd relationship. I knew him when I was a little kid because he was inescapable due to Duke Nukem 3D. He was on magazine covers, he had a bunch of merchandise, he already had a bunch of games on the PS1 and N64, even had a memory card. I will always remember looking at a picture of him with this iconic flat top and sunglasses and thinking to myself, God damn, holy fuck, I bet that big bitch gets all kinds of pussy. I was very mature for my age. Now, I should note that I didn't actually beat Duke Nukem 3D for the first time until about 3 years ago with the Duke Nukem 20th Anniversary Edition on the Nintendo Switch. Which isn't a great way to beat the game, but it's, you know, it's Duke Nukem 3D. It's still fun. It's still intuitive. It's still inventive. It's still an incredibly impressive first-person shooter, no matter where you really play it. I have beaten Duke Nukem Forever as well. I don't want to talk about that. You can read reviews for both of those games on my website. Link in the description. Biatch! Even though I never really interacted with a lot of Duke media, I was always a fan of Duke Nukem himself. I always thought he looked cool. I liked the way a lot of his games looked. I even have a heavy loadout themed around him. Look, I had to fit TF2 in here somewhere, okay?
I have boss of steel!
Now, with all the leaks and dumps and crumps and thumps going on with Duke Nukem, I wanted to do a deep dive on Duke's other ventures, mainly the games I never played, which is to say all of them outside of, you know, those two. Too bad Gearbox took all the games off digital platforms for no fucking reason. How on earth am I going to play them now?
I am back.
Oh! Okay. They just have everything, huh? Okay, cool. All right, awesome. By the way, Manhattan Project is still on the 360, so you can just play that on a console if you want to. Well, without further ado, let's just get oh my god! Duke Nukem. Yeah, I bet he does. Is a platformer published by Apogee Software and released on DOS computers in 1991. The main team behind the game were Todd Rapplagl on programming, Jim Norwood, Alan Blum, and George Broussard on visuals. Hey. And the game was produced by Scott Miller, who, by the way, you should follow on Twitter. He posts a lot of really neat Apogee stuff. He's just a pretty neat guy. With a special credit to id Software because, and I'm going to be going off the Quake Wiki in my last read-through of Masters of Doom on this one, John Carmack helped develop the game because he helped pioneer parallax scrolling on PC video games. Now, what is parallax scrolling, you might ask? Y'all, I'm going to fuck this up so bad. Hello, it is currently 2:49 a.m. where I am recording this. Originally, this segment was supposed to include me talking about why exactly John Carmack ended up, developing this game with them because of his work on Commander Keen and what it did for PC gaming. But it turns out it wasn't because of parallax scrolling, it was adaptive tile refresh. And I genuinely don't really know what that is, so I'm just gonna move on. You can Google it. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. At least I think that's how it went down. I don't know. I'm not a historian. I'm barely a YouTuber. Have you seen this channel? Now, you may be wondering why Duke's name is Nukem and not Nukem. That's because Apogee were afraid that they were going to get sued by Turner Broadcasting because of a Captain Planet villain of the same name.
I'm gonna irradiate you!
Radioactivity won't penetrate this suit, Nukem.
Turns out they never copyrighted the guy's name, so they just changed it back.
Bazinga!
Duke Nukem 1 is 32 years old and it feels even older. This game feels like milk. Duke Nukem is old. Very old. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. But it has aged tremendously. I admit I'm coming at this from a weird angle because I wasn't really around for this era of PC gaming, so it was probably always going to feel weird to me. But man, is this game chunky and loud. Sweet Christmas, is this game loud. It's a very simple game. You run, you jump, you shoot. You find the exit, you look for key cards, maybe collect some footballs and shoot some chicken for extra health along the way. But that's it. It's very simple. You know what? It's fun. I'm not going to say I had a bad time with this game, because I didn't. It's, it's fun. Now, if you're a console cuck like me, Duke Nukem might look a little out of date. Even for back then. I mean, for goodness sakes, this game came out the same year as Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Castlevania 4, Streets of Rage, or if you want a more fair comparison, Mega Man 4. But like I said,
in the deleted portion,
PC gaming was different back then. This shit right here, this was revolutionary for the platform. The game scrolling like this, the huge open maps, the colors, the ear-piercing sound effects. It was all novel for the time. So even though it, might look older than its console contemporaries, Duke Nukem's a lot more impressive than I think anyone like you or me would ever give it credit for. Don't fucking text me, goddammit! Duke Nukem consists of 3 10-level episodes, which all took me around an hour and a half to beat. A very easy game, but not for a lack of trying. Duke really likes to play tricks on the player by spawning enemies at random depending on where you're jumping or what platform at least I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. The game really only has one boss, and that's Dr. Proton. Oh shit, I forgot to talk about Dr. Proton. Dr. Proton is just an evil scientist that went cuckoo crazy banana fucko nuts after experimenting too much and the radiation affected his brain. So now he has robots and he's trying to take over the world, so Duke Nukem has to kill him so he can go watch Oprah. That's it. And he shows up at the end of each episode and you have to fight him. Fights are the same, but the arenas are always different. Not really different enough. He's kind of a pushover, especially if you have, all the upgrades, or even some of the upgrades to your nuclear pistol. Yes, nuclear pistol. They didn't mention that in the story synopsis, now did they? I'm surprised Duke has any sperm left. So, my main problem with Duke Nukem is mainly every, level looks the same. They play the same too, and again, I can't stress enough that it's mainly due to this game being old. That's not, I guess, a complaint. Every game shows its age, and this probably makes me sound like a fucking dork, but god damn, again with the texting, shut up! I feel like I visited the same space hangar level 6 times. It's just, it is what it is. It's not a problem, I guess, but I don't know, man. Overall, I had fun with Duke Nukem. It's old, very primitive, but it laid the foundation for something that could be really special. All the pieces are here. The platforming can be really fun, even though the frame rate is a little bit choppy. It still runs well enough to where you're not really getting bullshitted on by enemies. The spawning is fair, difficulty easy, but still, engaging enough. It does get old, and it does start to feel repetitive, especially if you're playing this, in one sitting, which I genuinely could not do. I had to space these out between, 1 day each per episode, just because I felt like I was going insane. But the game is fun. And, I'm sure the sequel will be even better. I mean, platformers are now, looking great on PC. I'm sure there is nothing that's going to happen in PC gaming in, I don't know, a year that's going to render platformers, less impressive and completely take away the attention that they're going to get. In all seriousness, Duke Nukem 2 actually looks really fun. I'm excited to play that. And with that, that was Duke Nukem, the video about the video game Duke Nukem. This is the end. Please follow me on Twitter, Spider/. and spiderslash.com. Also, please email me. My email is still bigguysforlittlefellas@gmail.com. That was not a joke. That is my business email. Email me at bigguysforlittlefellas@gmail.com if you have an email for me to read. Penis.